Hey everyone, welcome to another great episode of the Smooth Business Growth Podcast, where we share 15 minutes of fast-paced, pure marketing strategies proven to move the needle in your business. So I'm your host and Captain Lindsay Phillips. I am the founder of Smooth Sailing Business Growth, where we help busy entrepreneurs attract and acquire customers faster through powerful and consistent content marketing. In fact, if you go to smoothbusinessgrowth.com, you can download your social media roadmap to help you do just that. So today, I'm super thrilled to be speaking to my favorite marketing expert, author, speaker, and sought-after dream business coach, Jim Palmer, who's also a dear friend of mine, who will be sharing his thoughts on investments versus expenses so that you can get closer to your six-figure dream business. So let's set sail. Welcome aboard, Jim, baby.
Captain Lindsay, I like it. It's Captain Jim.
I know. I love how we have that theme in common.
Oh my God, you are just rocking it. It's so fun to be on your show. I remember when this was a stretch for you.
I know. I was scared crapless of having a podcast show. But you helped me get there. So yeah, for those that don't know, Jim is also my business coach and again, dear friend. And for those that also don't know, Jim is living on a boat. So definitely follow his adventures on Facebook. It is so cool to watch. And so excited for both you and Stephanie to be on this adventure together.
Yeah, and I have the door shut so you don't hear any seagulls in the background.
That would be so cool, though.
I know, right? I should pipe them in.
I know, and like the foghorn thing of like a boat going by in the background.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That totally would be good. So the reason why I want to talk to you about investments and expenses is that so many people have this fear of investing in their business. And Lord knows I've been there. Way back when I went to one of your Dream Business Academy events, I saw all these people that were doing so well in your coaching program and they've signed up and stuff. And I was, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I totally chickened out. For whatever reason, and then, bit the bullet down the road and have not looked back since. So what holds us back from taking these leaps?
Fear, for the one thing. Mm-hmm. But really, I think at the root of it is this completely crazy expectation that things are going to happen quickly. And I call it microwave mentality, microwave success. If I'm going to put this money down now, how quickly can I get it back? Right. I had somebody that was referred to me by a longtime coaching member, and therefore I showed great deference and a lot of respect. Not that I'm rude to anybody, but she kept pressing me for how quickly can I get the investment back? And I'm not dime one. I won't guarantee. I think that's wrong, immoral, and ethical. Yeah. I can point to 50 testimonials on my website, but I can't guarantee because so much of it is out of my control. Right? But the fact of the matter is, so much of what we do, and a little behind the scenes, I interviewed Lindsay for my podcast an hour ago, and she shared about content marketing and even podcasting. It's a long-term strategy. It's something that you invest, and therefore the key word is invest and not expense. One of my expressions is it's only an expense to your business if it fails to produce a return. Right. So if somebody was to invest in coaching, or join a mastermind, or hire a VA to do certain things, it's putting the money out there first. It's putting the cart before the horse. Right. And when that gets easier, I don't know whether you want to call it a Jesus type call to meeting or whatever, but you have to really look at yourself in the mirror, Lindsay, and say, I am going to be wildly successful, and I'll be darned if I'm going to hold myself back. Because if it's so, for people who have been there, like I've been there. I've been, not only horribly broke, but $140,000 in credit card debt. And yet I continued to pony up money to get my business to grow faster because I knew in my heart, mind, and soul that I was going to be successful, but I didn't know when, and I wanted to get there faster. Yeah. So a lot of it has to do with whether or not you truly, and I mean this when you're alone with yourself, if you truly believe what you offer is good, if it's a valuable service, it's an amazing it's content or whatever your service is, if it's something that can help people and therefore can help you grow your business, then you owe it to yourself to grow faster instead of taking the slow road, so to speak.
Yeah, I totally agree. And for me, it's like if I think about not taking action, it nags at your brain, right? And then you feel bad about yourself and you're like stressing about it. It weighs on you. And if you know there's something you should be doing, but you don't for whatever reason. But like, I'd rather take the action and do it anyways and, fail or get redirected but know I tried rather than me feeling bad that I've never tried.
Yeah. I did a Facebook Live this morning, as I do most days from the captain's chair. And I talked about how fear, and not just fear, but specifically about what people will think or say about you. When you do big things, when you write a book and put your name on the cover and your picture on the cover, when you do a podcast and you invite someone in your show that you like hold in high regard and you're going to interview them, or you make yourself a guest, or you do videos, or you do anything big, it puts you out there and opens you up to ridicule and criticism. Usually, not always, but like 99% of the time, that comes from the chattering class, who are people that are not doing anything in their life and want to tear down other people. But even if that's true, even if you believe, well, I'm doing this and you're not, it's still, people have this innate desire to be liked and appreciated and not criticized. And so the fact that people, sometimes I think, Lindsay, people don't feel ready to do a big leap, even though they are. And so if people are waiting until they feel ready, that's never going to happen. One of the things I share and just say yes, which is partly about how, Stephanie and I took a big leap with our lifestyle, but it's also very, very emblematic of the entrepreneurial journey. I didn't feel ready to drive a 50-foot boat in the ocean. The only time I've been in the ocean is on a ferry to Martha's Vineyard when I was a teenager, right? And I didn't feel ready, but I wanted to do it. And literally we got scared, man. There was moments when we were bobbing around like a cork in a washing machine, but we're still here and we're still having a phenomenal adventure and a journey. It's like that in entrepreneurship. Yeah. I don't know if when I joined a high-level mastermind, which had a lot of very successful coaches in it, after I opened my coaching program, I didn't feel ready. My hand to God, I felt like I was the stupidest one in that room. Like, what am I doing here amongst these superstars? And it's like, I learned so much. It was such a turning point. So again, I didn't feel ready, but I went anyway.
Because I always think of, do it anyways. That phrase that you say all the time, it always resonates in my head. And I think too, it's like your desire to do the thing or your desire to have success in your business needs to outweigh the fear.
It's inaction actually causes more harm to your business than acting and having to fix it or correct it or whatever. The inaction is, when I look at the things that I hesitated doing, like honestly, for the first 5 years, people kept asking me to speak. Hey, can you come speak to our group about newsletter marketing? I was so deathly afraid of public speaking that I said, no, I'm traveling. Thanks. I'm very honored, blah, blah. And I just passed it off. And it was because I was a weenie. I didn't want to speak in front of a group of people.
I know.
And I finally got over that fear. Turns out I'm pretty darn good at it. I enjoy it, actually. I don't just not look forward to it. I enjoy it.
No, you rock the stage.
But you have to take that first step. And in life and in business, when you look at the top 1% or 5% and everybody else doesn't feel ready and they never pull the trigger anyway. It's only the high performers who will pull that trigger when they don't feel ready, and they're going to go for the ride and see what happens.
That's so true. And for me, it's like a rush. It feels invigorating. It feels like you feel proud of yourself, right? Like, yeah, I'm doing it anyways. I'm conquering my fear. I'm taking action. And those endorphins, it self-propels you. I love it.
When Stephanie and I drove from Chesapeake City, Maryland, up to Rhode Island, literally the third or fourth time I've ever driven a boat this big was the trip, right? God forbid I should just take a 1-hour cruise. No, we went, 20 hours to New England. We got to Rhode Island, and partly because I'm just, a silly dude, I guess, I got off the boat and I kissed the dock and I told her we're not going out again for a month. But you know what? For the next month of every night we'd have dinner, we were smiling because it's like, we have just done something which is so outside of our comfort zone. Lindsay, we felt alive.
I know.
And I felt like we've been on autopilot. In fact, Stephanie does a blog about our big adventure It's ourfloatinghome.com. But she headlined that blog from reliable and predictable to adventurous and exciting. And it's how we described this transition in our lifestyle, but it's just like that in business. From reliable and predictable, making all the safe little small bets. I'm not going to get myself out there too far because I might get whacked. I might lose $1, or to going out there and just playing the game in a big way.
Absolutely. Now, what are some of the best investments that entrepreneurs can make to move their business? Just so people can kind of get an idea of their head of what is it that they can do?
There are so many things, but there's one best thing that goes across the spectrum of niches. You say, how many ways can you say that word? And no matter where you are, whether you're not at 6 figures, whether you're mid 6 figures or 7 figures, everybody can benefit from working with an experienced coach. I put the word experience in there because there's so many people out there who profess to be a 6 or 7 figure coach, and they have yet to create their own first 6-figure business, and that's not the right way to take people's money. But anyway, because here's the deal. We all become an entrepreneur because of a skill or talent that we have. We start to grow a business, but then we have to wear so many hats, Lindsay, marketing hat, all the different things. And in reality, we have usually one core skill or talent, and that's what we're building our business on. You have to hire all the rest.
Yeah.
Now, initially, before you get to the stage where you might have a staff or something, you get a mentor, and you want to find somebody who's been there and done that. In other words, if you want to go with somebody who started at 0 and grew a 6-figure, multiple 6-figure, 7-figure business, you find that coach, do a little homework, make sure they've done that. If you want to find somebody to teach you how to speak or speak to sell or just how to do videos, find somebody who's a rock star in that arena and mentor with that person. I mean, you know what? I find it interesting that so many entrepreneurs aren't going to make that leap and make that investment in faster growth, but they'll pick up their phone, push a button, and talk to Siri and say, "Hey, what's a good restaurant?" And Siri say, "Well, we got a restaurant over here. How do I get there?" And all of a sudden, you're following directions from your phone.
I know.
And just trusting that that's good information. Now, that might be a little silly because you're talking about dinner and not your business, but yet we're taking information from people online who you don't know who they are, and instead what you want to do is attach yourself to somebody who's done it before and just do what they tell you to do.
And I find too that there's so many decisions to make as a business owner that sometimes you're afraid, should I try this strategy? Shouldn't I? Is it right for my avatar? Is it not? It's like having that coach will help steer you in the right direction. And it just makes that decision making so much easier, and you feel more confident, and just having that backing and help is huge. I mean, God, look how much my business has grown since I, started with you.
Yeah, what's interesting is that I don't put myself out there as a mindset coach. I'm a marketing coach, a business coach, but any of my clients will tell you half of what we talk about is me getting into higher levels through mindset, right? And the thing is, when you have somebody push you and help you and guide you and in whatever loving way get you there, but also push you, that's where the big growth comes from. One thing I do, I help a lot of people in different categories, but I do help a lot of coaches start and or grow their practices. And one of the common things for new coaches is I have to tell them, when somebody's investing with you, they're not there to be liked and to have their head patted and say, wow, that's really good. Keep going. If the website sucks, then tell them it sucks. Tell them what to do to fix it. And if they come at 1 month after you tell them to do something, it's not done, you call them to account. It's not a popularity contest. I'm not saying you got to be a rude SOB, but when somebody's paying you to get them to the next level, it's not always going to be a fun journey, right?
No, it's a lot of hard work for sure.
You've experienced it.
Oh, I have.
My clients like you call it tough love. And there was one point, Lindsay, when you weren't growing quite quick enough and we were coming up with strategies. And then I think fast forward 6 or 8 months, you were growing like a weed and it was so overwhelming. You got a little upset on a coaching call, and I lovingly said, suck it up. This is what you've been waiting for, girl.
It's like, all right.
I mean, I've got all these clients that want to work with me. I'm like, okay, let's go for the ride.
What are you mentioning about, lady? Awesome. So how do we even know whether or not we are already going fast enough, or if we need that investment to support?
You're not. Let's just go there. You're not.
Okay.
I mean, unless if you've achieved the dreams and the goals and the lifestyle you want to live, I think, boom, you check that box. You can either stop or keep going, whatever you want to do. But unless you are there, chances are you're not playing a big enough game,
Right.
You're not making bold enough moves, and you're not moving fast enough. One of my clients, I've just finally said, dude, you have to start a podcast. I mean, it's a phenomenal way, as you know, and I'm so appreciative you're going to be speaking at Dream Business Academy on podcasting. But I said, the conversations you're going to have in the green room, as we call it, it's going to be, I would say, okay, I'm going to start I'll get it done before fourth quarter. I said, how about next week? I mean, what do you mean fourth quarter? Do you know to start a podcast? Do you have a microphone? Yeah, because I see you talking on it. Okay, if you don't have any other problem, you can get Audacity for free. I mean, get your podcast going, start inviting guests, and get started. And so, yeah, most people cannot check the bigger, bolder, faster box.
Fair enough. That's good to know, because some people feel like they're waiting for the right time. It's like, well, it's all your books. Just say yes, decide, and stop waiting for it to be easier.
I know. I could weave those into one sentence too.
Oh, I know. Absolutely. Now, of course, I'm super excited about September, so I want to touch upon this really quickly. So I, of course, will be speaking on stage about podcasting, but for those that are looking to build their dream business, can you tell us a little bit about the Dream Business Academy that's happening in September?
I'm so excited that you and some of my other team members and some other VIP clients are speaking. This is an event, and I say this with a straight face if you're on video. This will change your life. This will change the direction of your business. This is a pitch-free event, and it's literally me pulling back the curtain, and I share everything from the money woes to how I got over it. You will walk away with the blueprint for what I call the $1 million platform, which is how I have grown and continue to run multiple six-figure businesses. You'll know exactly how I run my successful coaching business 3 days a week from my boat, and everything else runs on autopilot. It's 100% focused on helping get you to your dream business. In addition to the training and everything, the camaraderie and networking, I give plenty of time because, you're meeting some amazing people. Some are maybe where you are, some are further ahead. We also have a lot of fun. As you know, we do what I call profit seats. I think 22 of them at our last event, so maybe I'll try and break that record, but I bring people up for 15 or 20-minute little business makeovers where it's me kind of leading the way, but everybody in the room participates.
They're so powerful. It's like some people have been brought to tears, or like just the clarity and being enlightened, and it's like, yeah, they're like transformational. They're huge.
There was somebody at my last San Diego event who got very emotional about the debt, and they felt shame for that. Well, I'm telling you here today, that person is debt free, has paid down that debt from some of the tough love and support they received there. I mean, we really are transforming lives, Lindsay. And this is my 8th one. And this is going to be the biggest one for sure.
Yeah.
We're almost at the same number we were at my last one. And I've got, like, as you and I are doing this, we got about at least 6 weeks to go. And so I'm really excited. And I don't have another one planned after this, which is interesting. People always say, is it really your last one? Every time I've done a Dream Business Academy, which is just a marketing tip coming up, I always have the next one planned. I know where I'm going, when it's going to be, because I pre-sell it to the people in the room. So half the tickets are, I'm not committed to doing another one. So this might be the last one. So if you've been on the fence and you want to experience this amazing event called Dream Business Academy, you should come September 26th, 27th, and 28th in beautiful San Diego.
Absolutely. It is awesome in so many ways. So how can people get their tickets?
DreamBusinessAcademy.com, DreamBusinessAcademy.com.
That's easy. And of course, I'll have that on my show notes. Well, thanks so much for enlightening us on, how to move forward in investing in our business, looking at what's holding us back and how to get past that so we can, have our dream business. That's what we're in it for.
And listen, I wanted to close with this, and success is possible. If people doubt that, just look around you. I mean, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Lindsay might be the sharpest knife. And we've all, I mean, success is not only possible, you deserve success, but you do have to go out and create it for yourself. And I'm so doggone proud of everything you've done, and I really appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. I always love chatting with you, and I can't wait to see you in person. It's going to be
Thanks, Lindsay.
Awesome. So that is this week's 15-minute cruise to move the needle. It's come to an end already. And thank you again to the awesome Jim Palmer. And if you're looking to achieve faster growth through blogs, video, podcasting, social media, and more, look no further than smoothbusinessgrowth.com. So have a profitable and productive week, folks, and may the winds always be at your back.